As Abu Dhabi's leading creator of immersive destination experiences, Miral is unique in offering a one-stop shop for event organisers, helping them to plan events in a seamless, easy and convenient way with all the support they need. What better place to showcase this than the Etihad Arena, the Middle East's largest indoor entertainment venue located right in the heart of Yas Bay. I met up with Lyon Marsh, Director of Events, to learn more about how it all comes together.
So Lyon, great to be sat here with you right in the Arena Bowl. I mean, the atmosphere is amazing. Tell me a bit about what it is that you do.
So I'm the Director of Events for Miral and Yas Island and looking after bringing consumer events to the destination, and as well as how do we maximise the business event offering. So I'm focusing on bringing business groups through to our event spaces and hotels, as well as activating our year-long consumer events calendar.
Now you've got a really strong proposition here. What do you think makes the MICE proposition just so compelling?
Proximity. So when you look at it from an island perspective, we can do small groups in one of the hotels, but for larger groups, we've got everything kind of here, from conference space like Etihad Arena to the Hilton to the W to gala dinner locations to over 3,000 hotel rooms. So what we're seeing as our key unique selling point is basically having everything on destination of only 5 kilometres from each other. So it allows groups to be fully contained on destination.
So that proximity is really key, but also you've got a pretty packed events calendar. We can see just behind us the setup of a new event. You're pretty much fully booked throughout the year.
So we plan the consumer and business events calendars in tandem. So what you'll see is a lot of the consumer events come through on the weekends and a lot of the business events come through Monday to Friday. So what we're trying to do ideally is have all year content. So ideally business groups arrive during the week and then consumer during the weekend. But I mean, the way the destination's packed, I mean, basically it's events day in, day out. So I think over the coming months, we've got at least half a dozen sponsored events and we've got 14 large business groups coming through.
Give me a sense of scale when we think about the events generally. I know that there's such a wide range of demands, from really small group business events right through to much larger scale ones.
It's changing. We're seeing very, very strong growth since the opening of Etihad Arena and the Hilton in 2020. We've seen large growth come through for incentives and conferences, and we're about 300% up since 2019 on the back of that.
That's incredible to see, such rapid growth in such a short amount of time. And what is the kind of maximum you can cater for?
So, I mean, we can do great. We've got 3,000 plus hotel rooms on island. So I mean, we can easily accommodate up to 2,500 delegates across. And when you look at the Etihad Arena, I mean, this can take 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 easy in a plenary session. You've got gala dinner locations at Yas Marina Circuit, which can take thousands, literally. Theme parks. So you've got the Hilton Convention Centre. We've got breakouts, over 60 breakouts on island. So I mean, our unique selling point is we can take from a small 50, 100, 150 pack at a hotel right up to 2,500 plus and accommodate them fully on destination.
This place is honestly amazing. I mean, I've seen it online and I had a look before I came. But once you're here, you really feel the scale of this place. It's honestly incredible. So putting myself in the position of someone organizing an event, I have to say this would be a pretty amazing corporate incentive. It's incredible just to see how compact and how well connected everything. But how does the incentive side of things really connect with the bigger offer?
Yeah, so what we do as a team is we'll work with a client to basically develop up what we call a cross-island proposal. We're trying to make it very, very easy to do business on Yas Island. As part of that, we will pull together the ideal venue choices and event space offerings, but we've also got what we call the Yas Island rebates available. So we've got financial rebates to bring business groups to the destination. The first rebate is the Yas Island 7.5%. So for any large group that comes through, which hits the threshold of a minimum of 500 visitor nights, we can then rebate back 7.5% on all pre-approved spend. Alongside our partners at the Abu Dhabi Convention Bureau, we've also got the major group funds, which allows us to invest an additional 100 dirhams per head for eligible groups. So when you combine it with our proximity and our spaces, it's a very, very competitive offering. And it's a key reason why we've kind of seen that big surge in business events over the last couple of years.
So that's something that really stands out, I think, as a big differentiator from anywhere else that I can think of. But it's not only the incentives that help attract those partners to choose to work with you here. it's also the sense of partnership in how you work with them.
And that's very, very integral. So I think we're mindful that Yas Island consists of a lot of assets, and our greatest strength is that ultimately we all work together. So Miral will play a pivotal role working with our stakeholders to make sure it's super, super easy to do business on Yas Island. And that includes changing events to get the right availabilities, aligning stakeholders and their dates and their availabilities. But I think ultimately doing business on Yas Island and making it easy to do business on Yas Island is a key kind of motto for the team.
So I guess it's having that kind of single point of contact that can coordinate across multiple venues, deal with the logistics, also make sure you've got all the permits and permissions in place.
So from a team perspective, it's very, very, very key that we kind of act as that one point of contact to make it very, very easy to do business here. That will involve, it involves working with stakeholders to pull together basically a proposal to host the full group, whether it be gala dinners and hotels and theme parks, but also helping fill any gaps. So, quite often we'll get a brief, or the team will get a brief saying, look, we need a dinner for 1,200 packs on Island, and we'll work across Island to identify all spaces, conventional and non-conventional, to make that work.
Well, if you're a bit of a fan like me, you might want to be right here at the front where you definitely won't miss a thing. But if you're trying to impress a corporate client, well, you might want to be up there where the suites are. We have just reached the VIP floor where we're going to check out the Miral suite. So let's go and have a look. So this, honestly, is the best seat in the house. We're at the Miral suite, amazing hospitality, by the way, where you can see the whole arena. And this truly is the place you want to be taking your VIP guests. It seems this balance of business and consumer events, as you were saying, between the weekends and the weekdays, really helps keep occupancy rates high and definitely book out the spaces continually. Tell us a bit about the consumer events calendar, because I guess that is one of the most exciting things.
Yeah, Yas Island over the last 3 or 4 years has really emerged as one of the leading events destinations. So effectively every single weekend you're hosting events, whether it be MBA to concerts to Disney on Ice to Hamilton. A key focus for us is how do we provide weekly activities and a segmented offering. So whether it be family content, adult content, Western, Arabic, Indian, there's something on Yas Island happening every other week. And then when you look at business events, we look to try and see how to integrate those. So we do try and cross-synergize as much as possible between the offerings. But ultimately, Yas Island's ambitions is to be a leading global events destination. And when you look at the portfolio we've got, it's pretty unparalleled when you compare it to other cities.
Absolutely. And how would you say that's changed over the last 5 years?
Yeah, the big catalyst has been the opening of Etihad Arena. So with the opening of Etihad Arena, it allowed us to basically attract a lot of global IPs through it. It's basically been a catalyst to attract a lot more ticketed and large IPs through, but it's also had a follow through where it's also meant that because of that, we've started developing the ticket sales market, which has helped support some of our secondary event venues as well.
That's been really key to the success, and I guess how you work together with all of those different partners has also been a major part of that success.
100%. If we look at it simply from our government partners, DCT and Abu Dhabi Sports Council have been fundamental for the partnership and collaboration they've provided, which helped us elevate our event offering and basically align our efforts to position both Yas Island and Abu Dhabi. From a private sector perspective, we've got maybe 6-7 key event partners, and we've already developed it over the years. If you look at the Content Live Nation, I think they would have done a dozen events here over the last 12 months. SCS, Proactive, Ethara, they're very, very key partners for us, and ultimately we want to make, we're aware that they're ultimately our clients, and we want to make it very, very easy, but we also want to make the events on destination a success.
So I guess ultimately, if we kind of sum things up, the really, really compelling events calendar with those globally recognized events and IPs that you mentioned is absolutely central to creating that attraction, that interest, but also the logistics, the proximity, the overall connectivity of Yas Island and how Miral brings that together is really key.
100%, and it's a key part of our proposition. So when you look at how close we are to Dubai and to the airports, the downtown Abu Dhabi, when guests can attend a concert here at Etihad Arena, then stay at a hotel or enjoy the restaurants along Yas Bay. So when you look at how the destination's developed, it's ultimately changed our proposition, which we're seeing come through in ticket sales. So when you look at the last 12 months, we've had half a dozen sold-out shows, which is phenomenal.
It is incredible. Now, if you look back at the last 5 years and the growth and the success that you've had today, how do you see the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think it's more and more. So I think when you look at it, we're continuing to activate now what we call the shoulder seasons. So the expectations and our plans and ambitions to have a year-round calendar of activity, which is segmented to target a different audience, but it just doesn't stop. So every single week on Yas Island, there'll be something happening, whether it be at Etihad Arena or at Yas Marina Circuit, Etihad Park, even the golf course, but basically a year-long calendar of diverse activity.
There's just so much going on here. It's really exciting, and it's been such a pleasure to find this moment in your very busy schedule to catch up with you and get that inside view. You've got a lot on your shoulders. Huge congratulations for everything you managed to achieve so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest.
Good, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Well, that was truly an incredible evening. We got a behind-the-scenes look at the Etihad Arena with an incredible experience of seeing all of that come together. And we also got to have a little glimpse behind the scenes at the Miral suite to see what that hospitality offering looks like. Well, I think it's a good time to head to the waterfront for a little winding down time.